Meanwhile, some Americans are finally getting some relief. The IRS says the first wave of those stimulus checks will deposit directly into accounts today. So, speaking of those really needed checks for so many Americans, U.S. Treasury saying that 80 million Americans will have that cash in hand by the end of this week. Will you at home be one of them? Susan is joining us now to answer some of the questions of how to make sure that A, you're on the list that would be eligible, and B, that they can find you and get that money to you if you're owed it.
Yeah, one of the questions we're hearing from people is, what if I've never used a direct deposit for a tax refund in the past? Is it possible for me to get that money deposited directly to my account? The answer is you should be able to. The U.S. Treasury says it wants to make sure people are getting their money as soon as possible. So this week, the IRS is launching a new app called Get My Payment. It's going to let you check your payment status, confirm your payment type, whether you're getting direct deposit or a paper check. And it's also going to allow you to enter your bank account information for direct deposit if the IRS doesn't already have it. Now, the caveat here, if a paper check has already been issued, you won't be able to enter your banking information. This app isn't available yet, but the IRS says it should be up and running by the end of the week. Now, as you know, these stimulus payments are part of the $2 trillion CARES Act. Individuals will receive up to $1,200 and couples up to $2,400 plus $500 per child. For many who've lost their jobs, the money will likely cover basic necessities. But if you're still employed, financial experts say now's the time to save.
Hang on to that stimulus money and treat it like insurance for down the road, because it's a very unstable environment right now. We're really not sure what's going to happen from one moment to the next. So it's always good to have a cushion, and it's always good to have emergency savings. So I don't know that I would treat it like a bonus and go out and get something exciting. Maybe you can, after all this passes and you're still employed and things get back to normal, then maybe you can treat yourself to something. But right now I would definitely hold on to it for a rainy day.
Jim Triggs from Money Management International says he knows for hundreds of thousands of Arizonans who've lost their jobs, the money will likely cover basic necessities and bills. But he says before you make any monthly payments with that money, find out which payments can be put on pause.
Whether it's a mortgage servicer or lender, or whether it's a credit card company, most, if not all of them, have programs right now to help consumers in this time of need. The most important thing is you have to reach out to them. Don't expect that you're going to be put on some program just because you went delinquent on your mortgage or missed a credit card payment. You have to reach out to them.
A couple other things to keep in mind. Individuals who make more than $99,000 a year will not receive a stimulus check. And Social Security beneficiaries who did not file a tax return in 2018 and 2019 will automatically receive their stimulus money. The Treasury says most will receive it automatically, and paper checks will be sent beginning by the end of this month. So there still will be a little bit of a lag on people who are getting that money via the mail.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like good advice to save that money if you can afford to do so, if you're still getting a paycheck. Because, Scott, the struggle is real. I feel like everybody is trying to buy things for their home, to set up their home office, because people are peeking in all of a sudden, and you realize how undecorated you might have been. So
we see you every day, and your background looks pretty awesome.
Thank you. Good to see you, Susan.